Hello Logic Language learners, I hope that you're all really well. Bonjour mes chers amis, Logic Language learners, j'espère que vous allez bien. So today we are doing a video based on a request from a Mr. Ian Powers. So I'm sorry Ian, I don't know how long you've been part of our little YouTube community, but thank you for your question. Donc aujourd'hui nous allons considérer une question que Ian Powers m'a envoyée. J'ignore combien de temps il fait partie de notre petite communauté YouTube, mais merci quand même. So, the word I've just used, merci quand même, is what we're going to be talking about. Le mot que je viens d'utiliser, merci quand même, c'est ce que nous allons considérer aujourd'hui. So, the word quand même, the words quand même, before we go any further, quand like when, and même like same, yeah? Not comme même, like as or like, comme même, which was something I used to say as a child, qui est quelque chose que moi je disais quand j'étais enfant. So, this is an expression which is inserted everywhere in French. C'est une expression qui, not really an expression, it's not really a word, it's two words. C'est une expression qui s'insère, which inserts itself partout en français, okay? So, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the main use of it. On va considérer l'utilisation principale, and then we're going to consider some kind of less well-known usages of it, and then we're going to look at some examples from French that we use that I think are really pretty typical. Donc on va regarder l'utilisation principale, après on va regarder les utilisations un peu moins connues, et ensuite, on va regarder quelques exemples en français que j'ai trouvé en ligne pour vous. Okay? So, let me think what I would say it. Ouais, mais tu vas quand même venir. Oui, ouais, il est un peu bizarre, mais il est quand même très sympa. Oui, so in French, I want you to think of quand même, the number one use, the first use, the main use. Take your hands, place them to the side, okay? So there's something on the side, bring them into the middle. Take your hands, bring them in, place them on the side, bring them in the middle. Yep. Donc tu vas placer les mains, et effectivement, après tu vas les glisser, you're going to slide them, tu vas les mettre bien dedans, okay? Bien devant, pardon, okay? So what you're going to think about with quand même is that you are saying words like well, at the same time, that said, what could we go with? Still, anyway, anyhow, even so, yeah, any of these expressions which are pulling me away from one argument I've just been talking about and back onto my main argument. So it's like I was talking about something and I said, I know there's this, so my mind is thinking, a thought, he's going to go to Paris. I know he's got lots of work, but he's still going to go to Paris. I know he hates flying, but he's still going to go to Paris by plane. I know he's not particularly the nicest of people, but he's very professional. Okay? It's kind of like you're pulling back to your argument of what you're saying, despite something on the side. Donc effectivement, c'est comme si tu avais l'argument principal que tu as vraiment envie de communiquer, de faire communiquer, et il y a juste à côté, il y a voilà cet argument secondaire, et c'est comme si les mots quand même, tu vas les employer quand tu as besoin de diriger de nouveau l'argument dans un certain sens. So for example, he's not very nice, but he's very capable. Now the first thing with quand même is you don't actually even ever need it. It never massively changes the meaning of the sentence, really. Okay, in this use. When you use it just as a word on its own, it would be weird not to have it. Ce que je veux dire, c'est que tu n'es pas obligé de le dire. You're not obliged to say it. So for example, if I said, he's not very nice, but he's very capable. Il est pas sympa, il est pas très sympa, il n'est pas très sympa, mais il est très capable. Okay? I said that without quand même. Because I'm putting myself back in, ouais, il est pas très sympa, mais il est quand même très sympa. Pardon, il est quand même très capable. Or, notice, rule number 2. So rule number 1 was we don't have to have it. Rule number 2 is we can pop it in the middle of the sentence or we can pop it at the end. Okay? So for example, but, you know, at the same time, he's very capable. Mais il est très capable quand même, or il est quand même très capable. Okay? So it can be used almost like adverbially in the middle of a sentence. Okay? Donc ça s'utilise un peu comme un adverbe au milieu de la phrase. Ou sinon tu peux le placer à la fin. Okay? So let's do a couple of other ones. I know I'm tired, but I'm still gonna go to Paris. Oui, je sais que je suis fatigué, mais je vais quand même aller à Paris. Ouais, mais je vais aller à Paris quand même. It's often used nicely with bien que, which means although, which would give you the subjunctive. So bien que je sois fatigué, although I'm tired, je vais quand même aller à Paris. Okay, although I'm tired, I'm going to go to Paris. You can use it with somebody else. Donc ça s'utilise avec quelqu'un d'autre. Si tu voulais influencer quelqu'un d'autre, if you wanted to influence someone else and you wanted to go, yeah, well I know there's this, but you're still going to do this. Yeah. Maman, je suis malade, j'ai pas envie d'aller à l'école. Mom, I'm sick, I don't want to go to school. I know you're ill, but you're still going to school. Yeah, I know you're ill, but you're still going to school. Ouais, ma chérie, enfin mon chéri, je sais que t'es malade, mais tu vas quand même aller à l'école. Yeah, mais tu vas aller à l'école quand même. Okay? It's got a little bit more weight to it if you pop it at the end. Yeah? Il y a plus d'importance si ça se met à la fin. Great. It is also used in a kind of not really way, as in, so let's get things back on track seriously. So it's still this pulling in idea. So for example, I know you hate him, but you're not really going to kill him. Yeah. Je sais que tu le détestes, mais tu vas pas quand même le tuer. Tu vas pas quand même le tuer. You wouldn't. What else could I say? When were you pulling it back? Quand même. I know we really want to go to Paris, but we're not paying that. I know we really want to go to Paris, but we're not paying that money. Yeah, okay. Oui, on a envie d'aller à Paris, mais on va pas quand même payer cet argent. On va pas payer cet argent quand même, okay. I like it more in the middle of the sentence. Moi, je le préfère au milieu de la phrase. So that would be the second use, which is kind of about this pulling back in idea still. You know, because it's like, although you've done this, no, okay? But that's more when you're talking to somebody else. About somebody else's actions, okay? The third use, really, is kind of exclamatory. Yeah, ça s'utilise d'une manière exclamatoire. When you're kind of like, pardon me, no shit, wow, really? Like, so if you say, oh my gosh, so like, you know the girl that he's dating, yes, I know she looks really silly, but she's actually a lawyer. Oh, quand même. Like, wow, really? Honestly, the same, you know, it's kind of like, is that the case? So again, there's this similar idea of, whatever you might think, wow, really? Yeah, something else going on. Oh, quand même. So my watch was really expensive. Ma montre était très chère. Wow, quand même. But don't let it be your standard reflex every single time you want to go, wow. I mean, don't let it be as commonly used as that, okay? So now we're going to consider a few examples from Lingui, which I've been trying to show you some examples of every piece of French that I use. It's not that I don't come up with examples, I just think it's nice to hear other people's examples, because it gives you a nice broad range of of examples. Donc maintenant, je vais vous donner quelques exemples que j'ai trouvés. Moi, j'adore le site web Lingui. Enfin, évidemment, moi, je suis capable de vous donner de bons exemples, mais je pense que c'est super utile de pouvoir vous donner d'autres exemples parce que ça va vous fournir, ça va vous donner une gamme d'exemples plus ample, plus large. So, if we have quand même, let's look for some examples. So, I'm going to attach this link underneath. Je vais attacher ce lien en dessous. So let's take a couple of them. These seem a little bit weird and highbrow. And what you need to consider with Lingui is it will often show you a segment, it will show you a part of a sentence, it will show you a part of a phrase, and it won't have showed you what's just come before. So we should really, we should really leave this region at some point in the future. Il nous faudra quand même quitter cette région un jour. Ouais, il nous faudra quand même. But that's kind of like, I know we like it, but we should leave this region at some point in the future. Okay. Okay, you can still browse through the memory files with the arrow buttons. So vous pouvez quand même parcourir les fichiers mémoire à l'aide des boutons flèches. Okay, so you can still browse. Now this quand même is rather, it's not like anyone said you can't browse, yeah, with this, but you can. It's kind of like whatever you might sort of think, yeah. You might not think that's the main way of doing it. You can actually, yeah, you can actually as well do this. Vous pouvez quand même parcourir les fichiers mémoire à l'aide des boutons flèches. So even though there is no cure for eczema, it can be treated. Même s'il n'existe aucun remède à l'eczéma, on peut quand même traiter la maladie. Yeah, so even if there's no remedy for eczema, you can, that said, you can do this. What else? Okay, so you will still need to conduct more detailed assessments. Donc, vous devrez quand même faire des évaluations préliminaires. So it's like whatever we've been talking about, and you will have to do this. So the sense of coming back in from another argument is, in some cases, is not that strong. Yeah, it's just this. I've been talking about this, but you will still have to do this. So it's kind of a little bit like you're using the word still in English. Okay, so to wrap up, let me give a few more examples of my own. Donc pour finir, laisse-moi vous donner quelques exemples, enfin de mes propres exemples. Donc j'étais très fatigué hier soir, mais je suis quand même allé à la piscine. I was really tired yesterday. I still went to the gym. C'est assez cher. Non, c'est pas cher la gymnase, mais ça vaut la. Mais le prix est raisonnable quand même. It's not very expensive, but it's a decent price at the same time. Il y a d'autres gymnases qui sont... Ouais, il y a d'autres gymnases dans le coin, mais ça reste quand même mon préféré. There's other gyms in the area, but it's still, my favorite. So we're really coming back to this still. Okay, let's try and find a few more examples using at the same or the same anyway, even so. But even so, he's very young, but even so, he understands his job. Ouais, il est super jeune ce mec, mais il comprend quand même son métier. He understands his job at the same time. Anyway. I told him not to go, but he's going to go anyway. Je lui ai dit de ne pas y aller, mais il va quand même y aller. Yeah, anyhow. I told him this, he's still going to go. So I think that's basically giving you the sense of what it is. So I hope this was useful, Ian. J'espère que c'était utile. Let me know, okay? And it's one of those phrases I'd like you to try and insert, so do have fun. Let me know if the video was useful. Please click like, please subscribe, and email me if you have any other questions. Take care, guys.